Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by taxbuddy.com, a leading tax filing portal in India. Look at US markets. One day Nasdaq up 3%, next day Nasdaq down 3%, again the next day Nasdaq up 3%. It's just too volatile. Yesterday, the Bank of America came out with good results. Even otherwise, other banks also, came out with good results last Friday. But despite that, the markets fell. But yesterday, the US market shot up significantly. Not only that they shot up significantly, today morning, the futures are even higher. Dow was actually down only 400 point Friday, but today it has shot up 550 point, on top of which futures are indicating another 100 point higher. So things are like turning slightly bullish, and probably triggered by many factors. One is that as I told you, US markets probably in the bottom finding process, and usually in the topmost of the trading range on a longer time frame I'm talking, as well as at the bottommost point the markets tend to be more volatile. And second thing, although the inflation is a big concern, but the corporate results so far in India as well as US looks very good. And third one is that UK is turning around, and many measures that they've taken, so they're reversing it. So that is giving some kind of a hope for the global markets. I will not say that US markets is out of the woods, and you have seen what happened last Friday in our markets. In a single day, the volatility index fell more than 10%, and that too when VIX was trading around 20. But US markets, VIX is around 32, 33, but even then it is not falling significantly. Despite such a big bull run yesterday, the VIX is down only 2-3%. So we have to wait either a continuous fall of more than 2-3% for 4-5 consecutive trading session, or at least one day where there is a 10% crash in the VIX. But one day 10% crash in the VIX is most unlikely, because usually that happens after a particular data. But there is no data in US that can help VIX to crash more than 10%. So this is about the US markets, and Asian markets, following the US markets, they are very, very bullish. And yesterday, though the first half an hour there was some good amount of selling, but after that it was just all the way one way rally. Yesterday morning itself I mentioned, so there are more good news, there are no bad news. So good news is that HDFC Bank result was very good, dollar index is falling, and US Treasury bond yield is also falling. So rupee will find some kind of stability around this place. So that is what exactly happened. And though markets were volatile, from intraday low to intraday high, Bank Nifty has shot up almost 800 point, and now it has regained the crucial level of 40,000. If not in spot, at least in futures. As I always say, in a high interest rate economy, banks are tend to do very well. So that is what is happening. Particularly, PSU banks are doing extremely well. So HDFC and HDFC Bank, the merger is still there, the hangover is still there. So that's why they are not doing very well, but all other banks have done extremely well. Right now, SGX Nifty indicating more than 100 point gap up. In fact, yesterday night, it was very, very surprising. On my Friday night, SGX Nifty went very close to 17,000. I think the low was 17,015. Yesterday night, SGX Nifty went to a high of 17,505. So that is 500 point in just 24 hours of trading. But this is how the markets have been moving this whole year, moving 500 point, 600 point up or down in just one or two trading sessions. Right now, SGX Nifty indicating a opening of about 100, 120 point. 100, 120 point is okay. But however, do remember today is Tuesday and Fin Nifty expiry. For the past many months, what I have been observing, markets tend to be highly volatile on Tuesday. And in fact, some people do intraday short selling using algos. And most of the people, they stop trading on Tuesdays because they find it too difficult to handle. So they trade only other days. Uh, you know, the question is that this gap up, will it sustain, or the FIAs may be using this gap up to sell some shares. And because despite positive global cues and other things, FIA selling still is continuing. Although they have sold less, but they are still selling. So once again, now we are coming to 17,400 to 17,500 range, which is considered as a uh, resistance zone. And in the recent past, market traded between 16,750 and 18,000. So that is about 1,250 point and 50% retracement. So falls around this level. So it will be interesting to see whether the market sustains, and particularly there is a possibility Reliance may be leading the rally in case if market goes higher. So that's because Reliance trading range has been 2300 to 2800 for more than a year, but now it is trading at the lower end of the trading range. And usually, if this happens ahead of the result, so there might be some short covering. And in case if the results are good, so if Reliance moves by 5 to 10%, then so the market naturally can move towards 18,000. So that is the hope for bulls. And of course, as long as the US is not spoiling the party. So for the time being, things are looking bullish. So let us write this thing. So I think this positivity can continue until uh, end of this expiry, because usually festival time we used to be more bullish, and also usually October month, especially towards the end of the October, so markets tend to be more bullish. So looking at the open interest, yesterday itself I told you 17,003 to 1, 17,000 all huge put options have been written. So by looking at it now, for the short term, it looks like 70,300 itself will be a good support. So any fall towards 17,300, which will be about a 100 point from the SGX Nifty indicating level. So if there is any intraday sell of more than 100 point, I think that is the time you can go and sell put options. And of course, the premiums may not be very good, but you can always sell in the next week. So for this week, I sold a lot of put options at 17,000 and below, and I do have a call options also. So because mostly I'm a non-directional player, but call options are a bit far away and put options are nearer. But the last 2 days rally made this position just opposite. Now the calls have come nearer, puts are far away. So anyway, so we will manage so the things. So this huge gap up and gap down only will create the problem. After that, we will start adjusting our positions, looking at the delta. So today, Nifty is likely to trade between 17,280 to 17,480. Although SGX Nifty indicated a high of 17,505, but this intraday volatility, and then there is no major corporate results today. So the action may be reserved for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed listening to this audio. Thank you for watching.